Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is Now That's Football. I'm joined with Beth. How are you doing, Beth?
I'm good. I've got my glasses on for a change because I can't see my TV. It's that far away. And I think, do you know what? It's going to be such an exciting game. I need my glasses on to watch it.
I'm liking that look. You're rocking it well. And we are here for the big one. This is the game all weekend. Forget England. Austria against North Macedonia. This is where the tournament really kicks off, doesn't it,
Honestly, I didn't even know where North Macedonia was. Is that how you pronounce it? Macadamia. I was literally when Jordy was like, "Can you do the watch-along for North Macedonia?" I was like, well, who even are they? Like, I have no idea where they are. I think they're from Greece, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how good they are. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too sure what the lineup's saying. I don't know if I know any of the players. But to be fair, Austria, they're not bad, but they're not great. I think they're okay from what I've seen of them, but I'm not sure, to be fair.
The standout player would be Alaba, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Austria. He's probably the biggest name on the pitch today. So, I mean, from our perspective, geez, that's easy enough for me to say. We just have to see how this game goes, don't we? Like I say, it's not the biggest of games that it's scheduled for this weekend, but we get to watch it and we get to see what's going on, really. I have got a couple of questions, actually. We did the preview on Now That's Football, where we asked a few questions, obviously overall winner and that. So I thought, leading up to the game, bit of time to kill, I will crack in and fire that straight at you. So who is your overall winner? Who's going to win the goddamn thing?
I don't want to be predictable and do what everyone else is saying, but I just can't help but think the fact, obviously, I'd love England to win it. And I do think we actually have a chance. I was unsure about us going into the tournament, but from the way we played today, I don't even think that's like nearly 60% of what we are actually capable of. And I think we played very well. I think there was a few things that definitely could have been changed to improve. And to be honest, even though it was quite a defensive game, we actually had some really good attacking moments that I didn't expect to see with Southgate's style of management. So I do think we've got a good chance. But France's team, the way that France have won the World Cup, the way they've got winners in there, Champions League winners in there, I do think that France are probably just going to do it. And Portugal as well, they're one of the ones that you look at and you think they've got such a good team, but I just think France have got the experience to go out there and win it. I think England will go far, but I don't know if you've got the experience to go all the way.
And I mean, they have been made joint favourites, England, with France, which is something when we did the preview for the Euros, I was quite surprised about. But I don't know whether that's just everybody jumping on the sort of bandwagon England-wise. It's the feel-good factor kind of thing. I just think in a one-off game, if England did come up against France, they're a different animal. And like you say today, touching on the England game, typical Southgate, wasn't it? Listen, he's got the result, but as a performance, it wasn't totally convincing, was it?
No, and I just think as well, I've never seen Southgate go out there and win a game of football like properly. Like it's a 0-0, it's a 1-0, it's penalty maybe, that's why we go through. And I sometimes think it's good to be defensive sometimes to make sure, obviously you're not conceding all them goals, but when you've got the attacking talent that we have, surely you should be going out there trying to score a few more goals and take a few more risks. And I think anyway, the defence, even though I thought the defence did really well today, I don't think it's always reliable that you are going to keep that clean sheet. Like even we're in 90 plus 4 minutes today, I thought, oh my God, Croatia's going to score. And it's just risky to play it like that sometimes. And when you're against, Croatia are a good team, but when you're against like the top teams, that's not always going to fly because they've got the talent that can go out there and get that goal and put you away. And I just think the one thing Southgate does need to work on is trying to put the game to bed a little bit more. Like we saw it, Kane coming off for Bellingham. It's one of them things. Like I just think a little bit more attacking wise, he could afford to do that. I did like the fact he let Calvin Phillips kind of run out and do his own thing today. And I think Calvin Phillips, I'm just so gutted he's from Leeds and wants to stay at Leeds because he's such a good player in the position that Manchester United need. I mean, I'm not making it about Manchester United, but I was watching him and he was just so good. But if Southgate can just add like a little bit more attacking flair and play a tiny bit less safe, then I think we've got all what we can take to go and win this thing. But I just think we're a little bit too defensive. And like for me today, playing Trippier instead of Shaw, even though Trippier is a great player, he's won the La Liga, at the end of the day, he's not a left-back, and he's definitely not as good as a left-back as Luke Shaw. And I was thinking, down that left-hand side sometimes, it would be really good to have Luke Shaw there, them quick touches that you can do when you've got a left foot, them crosses into the box to kind of help Kane out, who was playing pretty deep. I just think taking more risks like that, I feel like Southgate didn't want to drop players that have been important to him in the past, and a little bit Ollie in that fact. He's got favourites around the squad, and I just think a little bit more risk, play the players that are best in that position, and we've got a good chance. But I think today, even though I'm glad we won, he's kind of going to stick with that approach because of that.
Were you surprised by the team selection, would you say then?
No, I wasn't, because I always thought as my front three, I really wanted Grealish, Kane and Foden to start, and I knew he was going to start either Sterling or Rashford, because I just knew he wasn't going to drop them. So I wasn't surprised when I saw Sterling start. And to be fair to Sterling, I think he had quite a good game. To be honest, he can't finish. Like, let's be honest, even though he did end up finishing, it was a scruffy goal. But he did have quite a good game. And you just know these are experienced players that have done well in the past. So he is going to go with them. I was extremely shocked that he put Trippier at left back. That's something I just did not see coming. Like, the fact you've got a Champions League winning left back, and you've also got a left back who is the best left back in the Premier League, possibly Europe this season, and there on the bench to put a right back there. I mean, he's a good right back, but oh my God, he's not a left back. I just think them sort of decisions, I was expecting them because he always likes to make them kind of decisions, but I just think there's no need. I think he's overcomplicating it.
I think leaving Grealish out today was a big sign. I mean, going into that game today, Grealish, I know he had the injury towards the end of the season, but he's been amazing. I mean, to get Grealish and Foden in the same team changes the dynamics of England totally. I think it was quite negative not to play him today. Next question, Beth. Golden Boot. Who's going to win the goddamn thing? Who's going to win?
Well,
I should have asked you this before, because obviously Lukaku has now edged ahead, scored 2 out on his own. But prior to the tournament starting, who would you say? And obviously the comment section, if you want to fire in who you think will be the top scorer at Euro 2021.
I'm not going to lie, I actually did, before even Lukaku got his goal, I did think it was going to be Lukaku. With a few of my friends and me, we put a bet on Lukaku to be the top goal scorer and France to win the World Cup, and it's actually really good odds, to be fair, and I think it could easily come true. And I would love to say someone like Kane, because I think he's got all the ability, but Gareth Southgate's style of football he's just not going to be him, because he's not going to get the goals. But whereas with Romelu Lukaku, they've got a very easy group. Belgium play attacking football. It kind of is easy to point the finger and say Lukaku's going to be top goal scorer, but I also think there's a shout for Mbappe in there for France. If he doesn't get injured and he stays fit, with his pace, I know they've got a tough group, but I still see France scoring a lot of goals. I think Mbappe could be up there as well, to be honest. So, do you know what? Because I'm not going to go same old Lukaku like a lot of people are going with, I'm going to go with Mbappe, because I just think, for me, he's one of the best players in the world. And I think eventually when Messi and Ronaldo start to retire in a few years, he will be the best player in the world. That's how good he is. And even though they've got a tough group, I think he'll be able to score goals with his pace and his ability.
I went for Benzema, so we're singing from the same hymn sheet with it being France. But I think I read that he's actually injured, so that probably tells you everything you need to know about my selection on that. But yeah,
we both shot well. Just ignore your predictions. Don't predict England to win it.
No. I'm terrible with stuff like this. Player of the tournament, which could tend to be along the same lines of, the Golden Boot winner, but could be somebody else.
Yeah, I was thinking, if France do end up winning the World Cup and Kante has a really, really good World Cup performance, not World Cup, what am I talking about? Euros performance. He could be up there for it. I mean, he's won the Champions League with Chelsea. Not that has anything to do with the Euros, but he's had a really, really good end to the second half of the season. We've seen that he's the best CDM in the world. Unreal. His energy, his work rate. And I think the way he plays for France just gives the team so much more energy. And like he allows Pogba to be the player that we know Pogba can be. So I think there's a shout for Kante. I think there's a shout for Mbappe as well, because I think Mbappe is going to be ridiculous. I really do think he's a top player. And this is why it comes back to France for me again. When I always think of who's going to be player of the tournament, who's got the best players, for me, it's France. I think England have potential to have players like you said, Jack Grealish. Oh, I'm on my own. Kev's gone. His Wi-Fi's gone. I'll carry on. Jack Grealish, I think he's such a top player. And he's got all the ability, but because he's not experienced, Southgate doesn't like him too much. He's not going to have that opportunity, unfortunately. But for me, Mbappe for France and Kante could possibly get up there. I wonder where Kev's gone. Kev's gone.
Kev's internet's just gone mad, so he's just dropped out. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be fine. So you're doing fine. I'll sort it out. It's okay.
But what am I meant to talk about now? Who am I meant to talk to?
Macedonia. We're talking about Macedonia. A couple of guys
on the road talking about Jack Grealish, and next thing you know, Kev's left me.
It's fine. He'll be back in a minute. It's all good. So
has he got an Ethernet cable or what?
He's back. It's fine.
Kev, you left me.
Was that my fault, lad? Sorry about that.
Yeah, you left me to talk about. I was on a roll, and next thing you know, you're gone.
a gremlin in the system. Don't even have a clue what was going on there. But trust me, I did not leave. You were really interested in me then. So carry on. Sorry. What did I miss, man? What did I miss?
I was saying that Grealish possibly has the potential to be that player of the tournament, but because Gareth Southgate is the manager that he is, and I don't think he really trusts Jack Grealish because we've not seen him play him in the big games. I don't think he thinks that he's got the experience, so I don't think he'll have that opportunity. But the way he plays, I honestly think he could be anything he wants to be.
A good result for England. Obviously, we're building up to the big one here: Austria, North Macedonia. I think somebody spelt the name wrong earlier, but doesn't matter, does it? Like I say, this is the big one. The next
I have
question...
mild dyslexia, okay? Just leave me alone.
There we go. You apologise to the viewers. Okay? Your dark horse, right? This is the one that gets me. Goldbridge asked me, my dark horse. So I said, can I have kind of Portugal? Because there's other teams above them. So I get Goldbridge going off on one door. Whoa, you can't have Portugal. You know, Portugal won the goddamn thing last time round. So I was like, right, okay. So I then had to go with Sweden. So I'm in with Sweden. But who does Goldbridge choose then? Italy. And he has the cheek to pick me up for pulling Portugal as a dark horse. And he's all in with Italy now, who've had a really good start. So I would ask you an outside bet. Who do you think as a dark horse, as they say?
Could I say Germany? Because even though Germany are top side, everyone's writing them off out of that group, thinking that it's going to be Portugal and France. But I think Germany turn up to these tournaments a lot of the time, and I think their squad is kind of a little bit underrated. They're not an outsider, but I don't think anyone's counting them in there to be in like the final, the semi-final. Everyone's just assuming that France and Portugal are going to go through. But I think Germany, as I think Muller, I don't know how you say it, name, Thomas Muller?
Muller, yeah.
Came out in the press, and he was saying that Germany, they've got this very, very good team work ethic, and when they play as a team in these World Cups and the Euros in big major tournaments, they seem to do really well because they've got that work ethic together. They're all work as a team, and so I don't think you should write them off. For me, they're my dark horses. I could see them getting through the group.
Yeah, Thomas Muller is a player I would have loved. I still would love him at Manchester United, actually. I remember Louis van Gaal was chasing him. In fact, one of the best internet clips you'll ever see. Have you seen when he tries dropping in his joke about Robert Lewandowski, Thomas Muller, and then he repeats it again and says it again in a press conference? Nobody laughs, and he just keeps carrying on and saying it, and it's like, all right, mate, nobody found it funny the first time. Just keep it to yourself.
You know what? We should say either Austria or North Macedonia could be our outside favourites, Kev.
Yeah. Well, we'll see today, won't we? When we watch the big game.
I know. Do you know what? They might surprise us.
I don't think they will they? But we'll see. It could be a free thriller for all we know.
I mean, it might be more exciting than the 1-0 England game. You never know.
Yeah, and Austria, well, betting-wise, was having a quick look before, will be odds-on to win this. So North Macedonia, outsiders. Everybody loves the underdog, don't they? We want to see an outsider win, but it's just because of the fixtures and the way it is, this is probably viewed as the kind of game that people will be looking at and going, oh, but it could throw us a surprise up. One other thing I did want to touch on, and obviously we are on the United stand, so it's Manchester United related. A lot of people plaudits and that for Romelu Lukaku, his performance last night. What did you make of that, Beth? You obviously watched it.
I watched the highlights, and Romelu Lukaku, I didn't rate him when he was at Manchester United, and I thought he had a bad first touch. I thought he was always a good goal scorer, but I did think sometimes he'd miss some chances that he should score. I think since he's gone to Italy and he's gone to Inter Milan and he's been under that manager, I think he's come on massively. I think he's worked on areas of his game that he wasn't so great at. I think the league helps him massively. It's kind of a slower pace. I think in a more faster pace, he struggles a little bit, but I still think he is improved massively. And you know what? You can't take away from him the fact that he is a big, big goal scorer. He might not work in our team for Manchester United. He might not have worked then, but just because a player doesn't work in one team doesn't mean he won't work in another team. I used to think he was a little bit of a donkey up front, to be honest. But when I watched him play for Belgium, he played really well. I thought his touch was good. I think his goal scoring mind is good. Like, he knows when to take that shot now, and which is previously kind of didn't do that. So I think he's massively improved, and I think he's a top goal scorer. And I won't be surprised if the likes of Chelsea were going to look at him, because I heard that they were.
Jude Pass, super chat, fired in. Finest of fair play to you, mate. Said, I think there's too many third place spots going through to think Germany won't make it. So that touches on your thing of Germany being an outsider. And it sounds daft when you come out and say Germany, because you class them as a top nation. But I think there's so many teams that can win it. And because everybody's banging on, and myself, because I pulled them out in the sweepstake, I'm in with French, bonjour and all that. So obviously I would like to see France win it because I gain financially from it. So but Germany is, any other tournament, they'd be up there at the top. We've not even mentioned the likes of Spain, Holland. We get to have a look at all these teams over the next week. There's so many teams I think that could possibly win it, which is the fact of why I went down the Portugal route. Bruno Fernandes, if he plays anything like he has for Manchester United, and they've got arguably the best player in the world, or what will be considered as one of the all-time greats in Cristiano Ronaldo, Diaz at the back, all these teams have really, really good players. It's just how they perform and do they turn up to the party, which is where England have struggled massively. Yeah, big time.
Every year we go in and we think, we can win this. We've got such good players, and they always kind of struggle to play together and make it work. And I think the managers over the years haven't really helped. And do you know what? Getting to that semi-final in the World Cup, even though it was a bit of a lucky run, it was so good just to see the country united together. I was going to get some food just before the England match started today, and there was no one on the streets because everyone's out watching the game, and it really does bring the country together. So if England can get far and make something of this tournament, it would be really great for the country after everything that's happened, honestly. But I think we've got the players to do it, and that's what will annoy me if we go out the group stages, because we have got the players to do it. Not the group stages, but early on. Do you know what I mean? We've got the players, so why can't we go out there and put in a performance? We've got Phil Foden, best young player in the world, arguably. I mean, Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world. Maguire, one of the best centre-halves in the world. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. We've got the players to do it. So I just hope we can. I mean, we've got right backs, haven't we? So
Yeah. There was a comment on the screen there before. Whoever's watching and just said, "Why is Lee Mack on this channel?" I am not Lee Mack. Okay, let's put this to bed. I'm Kev Ashford. I am not Lee Mack. It's a proper insult, that. I don't know.
Do you know what? I don't even know who Lee Mack is. Is that bad?
No, not really. He's a comedian, but I don't know. He's a funny-looking thing. So that's obviously what people are trying to say about me, man.
I'm going to search him and see what he looks like.
Yeah, you look it up now. You better say you don't look like him. Right. How many minutes have we got till kick-off here? Adverts on at the minute. Who are you going for in this one?
Do you know what? I'm going to say Austria 2-1.
Austria 2-1.
I want a few goals in this game. I mean, if we're going to watch Austria and North Macedonia, I still don't know how to say him. I want there to be a few goals.
Yeah, that's what we're after, aren't we? Like I say, this could be the standout game of the tournament, man. We could have a thriller on our hands here.
Oh, do you know what, Kev?
Yeah. Go on, don't say he looks like me.
That is you.
Oh, down with that kind of thing.
It's the hair and beard.
You want me to leave the stream again? I could very, very quickly, swiftly leave you on your own.
Oh, I'll leave you on your own, see how you feel.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Players in the tunnel here ready to come out. I'm going to go for Austria 2-0, I think. I honestly do not know that much about these two teams, which is great because a tournament like this, you know, you get to see different nations playing. So, and like I said earlier, Alaba is obviously the standout player, the big name. So we will have to see. Players in the tunnel, score predictions, get them in the comment section. Somebody says Kev's eyes look better. Is that all better than Lee Max?
What?
You checking out that picture of Lee Max again?
I'm just saying, is there any big players for North Macedonia that I know? But I don't think there is. I'm going to look at the lineups right now. Lineup. Austria. Who's the late game today, Kev?
It is the Netherlands v the Ukraine.
Oh, that'll be a decent game.
Good one. Yeah. Again, another ex-Man United player in Depay that, you know, you look at, he's ripping it up, isn't he?
Yeah, I just think Depay's one of them players for Manchester United that you always wanted him to work out, but he just didn't. And I think he has got a lot of talent. He's going to Barcelona now, so it'll be interesting to see how he ends up playing there. But he was just one of them number 7s we got in that didn't work out. I think he came to the club at the wrong time, if I'm honest. I think if he came under Ollie, he probably would have got more of a chance. But it's one of them. It didn't work out, and it is what it is. I wouldn't be in a rush to get him back, but I think he's a good player.
And there's Holland, again, another squad that is probably overlooked. You know, if somebody gives you a fiver and says, you pick a team, the majority of the bets are going to go on France. But again, I think that's what makes this competition so interesting, is the fact that there's so many of these teams that you've said Germany as a dark horse. You know, France are out there on their own. England do have a chance. Let's not beat around the bush as well. That could be viewed today. There's two ways of looking at it. Southgate's done a job, hasn't he? He's got the result. The main thing is not to lose the first game. So he's got the free. That's a bonus that he's got the 3 points. But it's when it comes to knockout football. England will never have a better chance of winning a World Cup as what they did in that last tournament. And that's where they fell short.
Plus, I know obviously Croatia are not quite the same team as they were back then when we played them, but they beat us, and I thought we looked comfortably the winners today, to be honest. So I do think there has been improvement in the side, and I do think we have what it takes. And I think the likes of Spain and the Netherlands.
Not happy, man. Not happy.
I think the likes of Spain and the Netherlands aren't quite the teams that they used to be. I used to think the Netherlands and Spain were top teams. I still think they're good teams, but I think kind of France have taken over now. England's got a lot better. Portugal are really good. And I just think there's not as much competition for England as there possibly was. And I do think we've got the players to go out there and do it. But we'll just see. We might get to knockout rounds and get beat by North Macedonia. You never know.
Imagine that. We'll do the watch along for that if that's the case.
Who else is in this group? Do you know, Kev?
Let me have a look for you. I'm a fountain of knowledge when I've got an iPhone sat next to it. Let's have a look. I can't get the group up there for some reason. Yeah, like we were saying about France as well, they're just a different animal altogether. When you look at it, you know, and everybody always said, Pogba always turns up, doesn't he, for France? You know, as United fans, it's quite frustrating sometimes. Whether
it's Pickford for England.
Yeah. But to have Kante playing in next year, what a player, man. He is sensational. He ran that Champions League final. But again, Mbappe, you know, they're just littered with absolute quality players. You know, you think even Griezmann, you know, it's insane that starting 11 that they can put out for France. That would be my fear if I was an England fan. You know, you're like, oh, not a chance. But over a one-off game, knockout football, if they do meet each other, it's all about if they can turn up really and hold the nerve.
That's the thing. I think if England in a knockout game against France, I do think we are capable of beating them. I just not sure if the mentality is there to do that. France have got players who have won the World Cup. Kante's just won a Champions final, like you said. They've got Varane, who's also won a Champions League final. Kimpembe, a great centre-back. They've got Mbappe, one of the best young players in the world. They've got Benzema, who's just hit really good form. We don't know if he's injured. They've got, honestly, the best players all over the pitch, so it will be so hard to beat them. But as you said, knockout football, anything could happen.
Anything can happen, that is right. And we are coming up to kickoff. Thanks, everyone, for joining us as well.
Yeah.
Let's have a look in the comments section, see what's
we know it's the best game of the day, so...
Exactly, of course it is, man. Been looking forward to this all weekend. I should have actually been doing, what was it, Belgium-Russia last night. Had a few gremlins in the system, so I couldn't make that one, which I was a bit gutted about, actually, because it was a good game. And I was looking forward to seeing the likes of Lukaku. You know, can he turn up at a big tournament? A lot of United fans like yourself said, you know, touch of a trampoline. You know, you belt the ball into him, you don't know where it's going, but maybe he's just found that Serie A is different totally to the Premier League. He still scored goals for Man United, didn't he? That was never in doubt, but he did miss chances, like you say, a bit like Werner for Chelsea, maybe, where you're like, he needs, you know, 3 good chances to put one away. You wouldn't call him sort of prolific at United.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think that is what he's got better at, though. I do think he has improved in that area from what I've seen of him. And do you know what? He's won the league with Inter Milan. Like, that is a good achievement, to be fair.
Impressive, yeah.
And Belgium, he's always been great for Belgium. And I think I'm quite happy with my bet that I've put on. The more I talk about him, the more I think he could actually be top goal scorer. Because I think Belgium could get far, to be fair. Maybe people aren't looking at Belgium as seriously as they should be.
I think that comes with the fact that in past tournaments, probably a bit like England, where Belgium have always had a good team, but they just on the big stage sort of failed to bring it, you know, turn up to the party, don't they? Because even you consider De Bruyne's out, he comes back into that team, and again, starting 11-wise, Belgium, they're there, aren't they? Absolute quality. I thought they were really good last night. But yeah, again, you could choose them as an outside bet, really, couldn't you? If you're going down the old dark horse kind of route. But
it's kicked off, Kev.
We're off. Come on! I'm telling you, this is going to be the game of the weekend. Everyone thinks I'm being sarcastic. You watch this. End-to-end stuff. Look at this. 18 seconds in. Go on.
Already gone end to end already, Kev.
See what I mean? They're not messing about, these two. Both teams are here to win. None of that, let's not lose the first game shit. They're here to win. Both teams.
Just one last question, Kev, I actually want to ask you, because I've seen it in the comments. Do you regret selling Lukaku? No,
I don't. And that's why I asked the question to you earlier. Obviously, as United fans, you asked that question, and it's kind of, I've seen a lot on social media yesterday, people tending to go down the route of why do we sell him, which you're going to get. He's on the biggest stage now, like you said. He's won Serie A, been absolutely sensational for Inter Milan. But for me, he slowed Manchester United down. He slowed our play. Build-up play was kind of non-existent. Yes, he scored goals, but the big thing with him was that he didn't turn up in the big games. I think that was one of the main criticisms from Man United fans, was when it comes to it, Anfield away. I was going to say Arsenal away, but that's not a big game. Man City away. And stuff. You know, games like that, he didn't take the game by the scruff of the neck. You couldn't look at him and think he's a leader. But listen, he scored goals for Manchester United. I think United just made the decision that they wanted to change it up front, you know, and play with an attacking front three. And in theory, when you look at Cavani, Cavani and Lukaku, for me, is not even a debate. Cavani's
it's
different level, isn't it?
It's
you
not.
See what he's brought to United, like.
I just think it's such a shame we've not got. I mean, Cavani's been unreal this season, but imagine Cavani of 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it would have been exactly what we needed. It's just, if we could keep Cavani the way he is for another few years, we wouldn't need a centre forward. But realistically, that's not going to happen. We've got 1 more year with him. But then we could go on to the likes of Haaland, so you never know.
Yeah, he's some player, isn't he? As long as Man City don't get him.
Honestly, I don't know if Kane's going to end up getting that move, you know.
You don't think?
I don't know. There's not really been much talk around it recently.
I think a lot of transfers will be put on the back burner. Obviously, United fans are all waiting on Jadon Sancho. And I was hoping that they might have got it tied up before the Euros going in. But obviously, United are going down their old thing of, they've said we want 80-odd million euros. So they'll be like, we'll give you 50 million, we'll give you Phil Jones, we'll give you this, give you a Twix, a Mars bar, and they'll get there. It just takes time, doesn't it, with transfers these days?
He wasn't even included in the England squad today. Might be a factor in it, but it's a bit disappointing, to be honest.
He's not injured then, no?
Don't think so.
No. Three minutes in, 0-0. Well, it'd at least be 4-4 by now. Just warming up. Everyone's just getting a touch of the ball, knocking it about. This is what I like to see.
Needs to get it to Alba.
Yeah, he's the main man. There we go. Bit scrappy, really, isn't it? I think most of these games will tend to be scrappy to start with. I think everybody gets a bit giddy.
Ooh.
That's an interesting ball.
Sure, they're doing all right. They're doing all right here.
Giving it a go. Let's not get too giddy, man. We're only 4 minutes in.
I'm just so excited, Kev. I'm so excited. I can't help it. Looking at the lineup, see if there's anyone I know.
Yeah, have a look. Like I say, I think Alaba's the standout one.
There's Sabitzer as well. Sabitzer who played for Leipzig, I think. He's pretty decent. There's absolutely no.
Callum Corboy says, get some facts about Macedonia.
Get some facts about Macedonia. I'm onto it. it.
You do that, Beth. I'll watch the game.
I had no idea who they were before, even probably yesterday. Football.
Alioski from Leeds. Yeah, they're just warming up here, that's all. It would be nice to see the underdog win, though. I do like that.
I wonder where they're ranked. I think it says here they've only qualified once for a European Championship, and that's this year.
Oh, so it is the first time?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
They're from Greece, aren't they? I'm pretty sure.
I think it's like borderline Greece, is it? I'm sure somebody said that in the comments section earlier. North Macedonia have an 80-year-old up front. There's a fascinating fact of the day. 80 years old. Can't believe that. I might change my prediction now. I have to say Macedonia giving it a good go.
Exactly. Do you know what? We didn't do any research, Kev. That was a problem.
That's it. Fail to prepare to fail.
If you would have done the research, you would have known that North Macedonia are actually favourites to win this competition. They're not, guys. Someone will run away with that.
I wonder how do you get on them to win it?
Oh, imagine. It'd be like Leicester 2.0, but not even less than that.
Oh, you'll never ever get odds like that again in football.
Oh, someone in the comments have just said it's Finland's first Euros as well.
All right. Yeah, they're giving it a good go anyway.
End-to-end stuff.
I'm watching Brazil this.
Oh, yeah, it is Alioski.
He played for Leeds.
Yeah, he played. I swear he did play for Leeds.
I'm sure somebody just said that in the comments. That's why I was... And then you never know whether to trust the comments.
Oh, right,
no. Dodgy place, that comment section. Especially when people are calling me Lee Mac.
Someone said, wish Ireland were in the tournament, but we are awful. Well, Jay had a lot to say about England today. Your team can't even get into the Euros, mate. So, and all the players leave them to come and play for England.
Don't ever mention Declan Rice to Jay and Joe because they lose the plot, man.
I mean, I don't think Declan Rice would really transfer their team. It's absolutely garbage.
They're the only ones of the home nations that didn't make it, for God's sake. Even Scotland made it. Scotland.
I know. You're thinking there's teams like, not to be disrespectful, but like North Macedonia getting in, and then Ireland can't even manage it.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think that this team are better than Ireland.
Mm. And Ireland did have a really good team years ago. You think of the likes of like Damien Duff and Robbie Keane and that. Even the great Roy Keane as well. Jeez, we could do with him at Man United.
We could do with him massively.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I was thinking throughout this tournament, there might be a few people we could kind of look out for that role. Do you know, people who are kind of not been really in the limelight, and you see them in the tournament, you think that they're a decent player. I'm hoping that can happen.
The risk with that is, and I think one of the worst mistakes Sir Alex Ferguson ever made, and he always said he wouldn't do it again, was on the back of, was it Karol Poborski, wasn't it, in Euro 96? I remember being at that tournament. I bet you weren't even born, were you?
No.
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson said that it was one of his mistakes. He scored this goal at Euro 96. I don't know whether you will have known it, where he chipped it over the keeper. Unbelievable finish. United more or less bought him on the strength of that because he had a good Euros. And then when he got to United, he was just dog shit. He was a rabbit in the headlights. You know, he was probably thinking, how have I ended up here at Manchester United? And it was purely because he had a good Euros. And you run the risk of that with players having a good tournament, which is why I wanted United to, you know, kind of get a bit of business done. I suppose that goes for all clubs.
Maybe that's a little bit like, do you know when James Rodriguez said that great tournament and then Real Madrid bought him? He's a great player, but you couldn't get him really, could he?
No. And they spent some money on him at the time, didn't they? He wasn't cheap. He's a bit of a pin-up boy, though, wasn't he? He's one of them that sells shirts. They probably made it back in shirt sales more than anything.
True. It was a shame, really, because he had such a good tournament, and then he kind of went to Real Madrid and faded off, and I don't know where he's gone for Everton at all.
I would hate to play for Real Madrid. I think they're an absolute mercenary club. I understand they're a massive club, but when you see the way that some of them players have been treated, I just could not do it. You know, the likes of Gareth Bale having his car attacked, you know, because he has one bad game, and even Ronaldo to an extent, who's an absolute legend. What is it? All-time top goal scorer for Real Madrid. And now and again, they might get beat by Barcelona in El Clasico, and he comes under pressure. It's like, just really him, man. Different.
A little bit like United in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not that bad.
I did see in the comments earlier when I was asking you about who was going to be Golden Boot, somebody said Dan James. So
was that Ricky?
I don't know whether that's Jordan in the comments or I didn't see the name.
I think it's Ricky secretly.
Either that or somebody's doing Sunday afternoon drinking, in which case, give it a rest, man.
Oh, did you see Jordan when Wales scored?
Yeah.
Makes me
laugh. It was funny because Mark was winding him up just prior to that, I think, and then they scored. I was happy for him. I thought, fair play.
I feel like Wales are one of them teams where I think people write them off, but they're not too bad, you know. They're not too bad. That kid up front, Moore, is he called?
That's the one that Jordan was going on about in the preview. We'd never even heard of him.
Yeah,
he said he was the Welsh Heskey or something along them lines.
He seemed really good, to be fair, when I watched them.
Yeah.
Dan James will kill Italy.
Oh, somebody's picked me up here. There's a super chat. Kev, you're a sound lad, but just for your information, Ireland is not a home nation. There it is. We're not part of the UK and still in Europe, thankfully. Keep up the good work. My apologies, mate. I don't want this to turn all political and stuff. My wife's from Ireland, so I know the crack.
Big up. Yeah. I've never been to Ireland. I really want to go.
Oh, lovely place. My mate said that yesterday at football. He was telling me about the time he was at Old Trafford and he missed a train. He said it cost him, what was it, 45 quid to get back to Hyde. He said he flew with Ryanair to Ireland the other day and that was cheaper, a return flight. Crazy.
You fly to Ireland at the moment?
Yeah. I was there, what was it, a couple of months ago? For a bit of a private do.
Do you think England have a chance of winning the Euros, Kev? Go on. I think I've answered this one already. You can take that.
Yeah, of course they've got a chance. They're in the goddamn thing. Anyone's got a chance. North Macedonia's got a chance, man. They're my new team that I'm adopting. England do have a chance because of the squad of players that they've got. My qualms with England is the manager, Gareth Southgate. I think he is negative. And do you know what? I think it was kind of proved right today by... I cannot believe that Jack Grealish didn't start that game. And it sounds like I'm moaning England have won, but I think he's obsessed with two holding midfielders and that. But listen, he's got the job done, hasn't he?
Do you think Grealish will start next game?
I would like to think that if he's got any aspirations of winning the tournament, that maybe he's looking at the fact that Grealish was out at the end of the season and thinking, I'm just going to ease him back into the team. For me, he's a first-team starter. He should be starting in that team. Comparisons with Paul Gascoigne are not off the mark. You know, he's one of the closest things I've seen. He's a game changer. He draws in challenges. He creates space on the pitch. He's the kind of player you want in your team, isn't he?
For sure. I think he could have done a great job today, but he didn't even get the chance. I was shocked, to be honest, that, I mean, I like Rashford and I'm glad he came on, but I was shocked that he went for Rashford over like more of a technical player who can hold the ball in today's game, especially at that point in the game. I just don't know if he fancies Grealish, and I think he was playing him so much in them friendlies because I don't know if he's going to play him that much throughout the tournament. And it's crazy to me because I think he's one of the best England players that we've got.
Well, it's even like bringing Jordan Henderson. I know Roy Keane's had his say on it, but it's brutal and to the point what Roy Keane said. But he's absolutely spot on. You know, do you really waste a place in your squad to bring along a player? And like Roy Keane was like, you know, does he do card tricks? Does he do this, that? You know, they basically just bring him along in hope that he might be fit at some stage. The same could be said about Harry Maguire as well, really.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
I really don't think, you know, you look at the way that Jesse Lingard ended that season. He is one of the most informed English players, and it was really, really harsh for him to be left out. Even when Alexander-Arnold got injured, you're thinking he might bring in now, you know, an attacking player, which you don't want to be short of, do you? But he didn't.
Someone just said in the comments, change my prediction 1-0 to Austria. It's going to be tight. I think I agree with you. Not really much has happened yet. Oh, it's kicking off.
That's what we needed. This could get the game really kicked off now.
I think it's Sabitzer, actually. Is it?
Oh, referee's calling him over.
Is the VAR in the Euros, do you know?
Yes, I think there is.
I just hope. I don't think they're going to use it as much as maybe the Premier League do. I think they're going to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, because I know that they're looking at changing the one for the offside calls, aren't they? they're looking at changing the line, or it's a load of crap anyway. I still think the
Oh, that
attacker
challenge
should
wasn't too bad.
No. Handbags. That's what we need to get this game kick-started. Come on. Yeah, let's see if we can get some fascinating facts on North Macedonia.
I tried looking for them, I couldn't find it. Come on, Austria, make something happen.
Oh.
Oh! Ah!
It's in there. We have liftoff.
It's the start of the 4-all.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is the game of the weekend, and we are covering it here on Now That's Football. What a finish!
Great finish.
It was. Played to the back post and just looped in. Lina, is that how you say it? What? Don't know.
Lina.
Put a bit of a twist on the end of it. Oh, he's well onside, man. That's not even an issue. Floats it into the back post on the volley. What a finish. Keeper didn't know what was going on.
Fair play, you know. That was a great goal.
Finish, that. Do you know that's one of them goals? If Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe scores it, you'd be talking about
everywhere on Twitter.
It goes viral, yeah. Absolute class from Mbappe.
It's a great ball over the top as well, to be fair.
Brilliant finish, brilliant goal. The Austrians are going wild. We have lifted. What did I just say before that?
Oh, Victor was good. He put the ball in.
Yeah, that little bit of a fight before handbags just got the game kick-started. We are in the game. And this is the big thing now, is that North Macedonia will have to chase this game, and it's going to open up, and you would probably expect Austria to probably score the next goal looking at it, but no, another challenge flying in. You're getting a bit giddy, that lad. Come on, mate, you'll be all right.
It's pretty heated, you know. I want this kind of passion on the England game.
Well, do you know, I'm sorry, I was going to pick you up on when you mentioned Wales earlier. We were saying the one thing about Wales I don't think England had in the last couple of competitions is kind of team spirit. You know, that togetherness.
Yeah.
I always feel that with England, club rivalry gets in the way, and you see it all over social media. You know, the minute somebody makes a mistake, you know, it's not aimed at the England player. For instance, if it's a United player, you know, they hound the United players. Same if it's Liverpool. You have these kind of tribal rivalries with other clubs. There never seems to be much togetherness. Whereas other nations crack on, don't they? And
France have got that togetherness very much so. I mean, I feel like they all prefer playing for France, well, Pogba does anyway, than his actual club.
Yeah. Oh, he always does well for France, doesn't he? But then people blame Solskjaer, don't they, and say that he's not played in the correct position. And
they're off again. Oh.
Good headbutt, that. Yeah, quality finish, that. I'm just glad we've seen a goal. I did say it was going to, what did it say?
I know.
Well,
and before half-time as well, Kev, before half-time.
And it does change the dynamics of the game now, because North Macedonia have to go for it. And you would expect Austria probably to be a bit more street smart and be able to see the game out, chase them on the break.
Yeah, I reckon Austria have got this.
Right, North Macedonia.
The only problem is, though, for North Macedonia, if they let them score again quickly, then it's nearly over for them. So they've got to kind of keep it tight for now. Maybe try and open up in like the last half an hour to try and get that goal back. But it's one of them. I think even though Austria, they're not the greatest side, you can tell they've got a little bit more experience so far.
Okay, so North Macedonia, until February 2019, officially the Republic of North Macedonia, is a country in Southeast Europe. There's your fascinating fact for the
Southeast Europe. That is so fascinating, Kev, honestly. I'm going to think about it all day. Nearly another one.
Oh. Good save. Keeper's not messing about.
Good balls in the box, to be fair.
So he's bordering with Kosovo. North Macedonia is a
Macedonia.
landlocked country bordering with Kosovo to the northwest, Serbia to the north, Bulgaria to the east, Greece to the south, and Albania to the west. Anybody that says they're not learning anything today, honestly, you're getting a right geography lesson. There'll be more fascinating facts coming up in the show.
Sure, that's 2 decent balls in from Sabitzer now.
That was a similar ball for the goal where it come from.
Oh, I want North Macedonia to get one back.
It would make it interesting, wouldn't it? Well, if did you say that's the first time in a European Championship?
That's what it said on my phone. Not absolute facts, but I think it said it's the first time they've been in a European Championships in this year. Same for Finland as well, I think.
So potentially we could witness the first ever goal at the Euros for North Macedonia.
We could.
Stuff,
and you know what, Kev? We're lucky enough to be watching it. So
yeah, we're here covering it for now. That's football. Thanks everyone for joining us. More Macedonia or North Macedonia facts coming up as well. It's nice to learn a bit about a country that you weren't familiar with. Right, let's get another fact.
It's a masterclass. I rate him.
Who's that, sorry?
Sabitzer. Calling it now. He's going to get snapped up.
There you go. You heard it here first. When she's not presenting, she's out scouting players, aren't you, Beth? That's your
honestly
job.
Probably would do better for United than them lot. The glasses help. Got the magic touch.
You can see them. Yeah, North Macedonia are definitely giving this a go because they probably know that the next goal is very, very important because if Austria get it, they're out of sight. I can't see them coming back. But if North Macedonia can get it, we have game on.
Ryan's ringing me from the chat. Should I answer?
You answer it. You crack on. Don't worry.
Just talking to the plug. Oh, he's ended me.
He's probably realised.
I don't know if you meant to do that. Oh, he's ringing me back. Hello?
Robster Scott says Kev looks like he would be a comedian. Going down the Lee Matt route here again. I don't know. What are you doing to me, you lot? 25 minutes gone, 1-0 Austria. Macedonia with a free kick. It's going to be whipped in to the edge of the box. Here she comes. Oh no. And they give it for a push or offside. Yeah. Slight push there. The game remains 1-0.
Well, guys, I've been told to tell you we're on the 25th minute and 52 seconds, aren't we, Kev?
Yeah.
Right now, so that is where our commentary is coming from. Just so people can kind of link up with the game.
All right.
We're watching it live, aren't we? But I suppose some people might be on a stream or something.
Yeah, I was going to say they're usually just a bit behind, aren't they? But
I mean, it's on ITV, so.
Yeah. Did you were you watching the match yesterday? Denmark.
No, I was at the pub.
Mm. I was out. I was having a meal actually.
Wait, when was Denmark on? I was at the pub for the Belgian one. I was at work.
Oh yeah.
I saw it in work because it came through on my phone that about Eriksen collapsing and stuff, and everyone in work thought like he'd died, and then we went on our phones and he seemed like he'd been all right, but that's massively scary. I think it turned out he had cardiac arrest or something. Just obviously wishing all the best for him and his family, because that's crazy.
Well, thoughts of Fabrice Muamba sort of come back, don't they? It was exactly the same kind of thing, but absolutely shocking to see it.
They're in. Yes, it's North Macedonia.
There we go, man.
The first ever European Championship goal.
Yes.
Crowds going wild. And do you know what, Kev? We predicted that this was going to be a good game.
We have lit
goals already. It's only half an hour in.
Oh, there's already one more goal in the England game.
I mean, that's not hard, is it?
Yeah. And the first goal was quality. I need to see this one back and see.
It was a blunder from the keeper.
He looks old, man. That scored. Maybe he's the 80-year-old.
Oh yeah, who's that? They've just pulled him out the local pub from the tourist pub. He plays for Spain.
Oh, keeper's made a horrendous mistake, man. Let's have a look.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Oh.
He's 38 years old, I've been told.
Is he really? Yeah, he looks it. He's just scored the first goal.
Not true. Someone just said to me that he's won the treble with Inter. No, that can't be true.
And people in the comment section again trying to catch you out. Yeah, this has definitely been the best 28 minutes of the tournament so far. And the first goal, like I say, any other player scores that, you'd be talking about it for years.
They're coming back, Austria.
Yeah.
I think our 4 roll's going to come true here, Kev.
I said the next goal was vital, didn't I? Because North Macedonia were chasing it. If Austria get it, they go 2-0 up, out of side. It's a bad mistake by the keeper, though.
Oh, he did play for Inter.
Taibbi stuff.
He did play for Inter. He did win the treble with Inter in 2010, apparently.
We stand corrected.
The comments were right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trusting them. I've not been tricked by them yet so far. I know Matt's been tricked a few times.
Oh, is that where he reads one out and he goes, "I'm a knobhead," said. And
yeah.
Let's have a quick.
Alba looks fuming.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's not used to this playing for Bayern Munich, is he? Or what is it? Real Madrid he's gone to now.
Real Madrid now.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know it's this game, but Scotland are another underdog. How do you think Scotland will do?
The big one will be, well, it's easy to say, but England, Scotland will be the big one. And the thing is, we all know the Scots unbelievably patriotic, and they always were talking William Wallace, swords out and all that. So I was going to call it a skirt then. What's it called? Come on, help me, Beth. We just call it a skirt. A kilt. That's the one.
A kilt.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bagpipes.
Yeah, bagpipes, haggis. They'll be well up for that game. And I think the main thing is you do not lose your first game. I think that's why you get so many crap first games, because everyone's terrified because everybody says you're more or less out if you lose that first game.
It just puts you on such a more positive mindset going into the next game if you win that first game. And that's why I think it'll be so important for England, to be honest. But I think England-Scotland will be a hard game, even though we've got a much better team than them. They'll go into that with everything.
What it comes down to, like I say, is the fact of the day. It's going to be a battle. England-Scotland always is.
Oh, Andy Davey has said Bethany and Cavani. I love both of ye. 2 great guys. MUFC till I die, and big up the United stand. Love from Non-Iron.
Fair play, Andy Davey. What a man.
I mean, it's actually Elizabeth, not Bethany, but I will let you off.
Yeah.
Fun facts of the day.
There we go. You put them straight, Beth. Don't be taking any nonsense.
I'm sure your full name is Cavani, though. I've heard that. I've heard that's what it is.
I like that. I've not heard that before, Cavani. He obviously knows about my glittering football career when I played for the Fiddlers Green years ago, you see. I once scored 2 goals in 2 consecutive games, which was pretty much unheard of. Never been beaten, that record.
Up for goal of the season, you Kev.
Oh, insane amount of goals.
You need to get the hair.
Yeah. Like Alex. Well, Alex is our very own Cavani over on the
United. He's got the hair going, to be fair to him.
He's turning into him. He's definitely morphing into him.
The best duo on YouTube. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Anyone noticed that Lee Matt looks like Kev?
Yeah, that's right. I don't look like Lee Matt. Lee Matt looks like me. I don't know.
Give it to Eddie Cavani, but spelt like Kev.
Cavani. Kev should play for North Macedonia. I'm the same age as the guy who just scored.
You'd probably be able to do a job, Kev, to be fair.
Yeah, I reckon I would. Still got it in there. You never lose it, do you? I'm always ready for the call-up. The boots are there, ready. Adidas Predators 98 or something they are. Probably don't even fit anymore, to be honest. But the phone's there. If somebody wants to ring me, I'm always up for a game of football. Austria call.
I wonder how hard it would be to try and find like a fan of like North Macedonia to come on like something like this.
Yeah.
They must be loving it. The first European tournament.
I bet probably the whole population of North Macedonia is actually at the game. I'd like to see what their population is.
I've heard that they have to get off the plane, go into a coach and go straight to the game. Which is crazy, but the amount of commitment to go and watch a team, I would love to watch the England in the Euros or the World Cup. That's something I really want to do before I go. I mean, I think I've got enough time. I wonder if, do you know what, Kev? I wonder if we will see England ever win anything in our lifetime.
That is the question, isn't it?
Could be this summer.
He's coming home and all that, yeah.
Best game so far, probably is, to be fair.
66 was the last time, so that is a lifetime.
Oh, he's down. Oh, he's back. Another goal before half-time. Did you guys see Jose blatantly snub Luke Shaw when he was picking England's best 11? Yep, I did. And I thought he's not
letting that one lie, is he?
He honestly, it's just accept the fact that you were wrong. Just accept it. He was trying to make out that Chilwell was like the world's best left back or something, the way he was going on about him. I was like, God, give Luke Shaw some credit. He didn't even mention Luke Shaw's name once.
Yeah.
Although he did start Henderson, so it's one of...
Yeah. And that's the one good thing I would say about Solskjaer, the way he's handled Luke Shaw. He's definitely upped his game. He brought Tellez in, and that's made Luke Shaw step up to another level. Mourinho never got that out of Luke Shaw, did he? All he did was bully him. He did the same with Martial. And players like that do not respond to harsh criticism. You have to put your arm around them, you know.
I just think with Jose, he's got one approach, and that's a good thing with Ollie. He can adjust his approach. They're on North Macedonia. Oh, he's just been took out.
He's back on his feet.
They're going.
I really want to see them get this next goal.
I hope they win this game.
I do now. After this, I'm getting on the internet and getting myself a North Macedonia shirt. I've just adopted them as my new international team. I'm telling you. They've got an 80-year-old up front.
You secretly love, like, that's really a massive underdog.
I'm going to book my holiday there for next year.
Skied it.
Bit ambitious, that one. More or less shot from the halfway line. But listen, they're giving it a go, and that's all we wanted to see. Somebody in the comment section before said this is the best game of the tournament so far. That's exactly what I said earlier. Everyone thought we were joking when we built this game up.
We just know what we're talking about clearly, Kev.
Gosh.
Oh, do you know what? I'm
knowledge.
looking at pictures of it. It seems like a bloody lovely place.
I'm going there on my holidays next year. I'm telling you, when these win the Euros, I'm heading there to celebrate.
Oh, it looks bloody lovely.
It will be if it's in that neck of the woods, Bulgaria. I'd say, yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Like I say, the whole population of North Macedonia has probably travelled to the Euros. It can't be a massive place.
I wonder how big it actually is. Who is a better coach, Fabio Capello or Southgate? I didn't see much of Fabio. Big up guys from Malta.
Oh, what a place. Do you know, I should have been going to Malta this year. Love Malta. Been a couple of times with the family.
I've never been, but I've heard it's gorgeous.
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
Kev, who do you reckon?
Who is a better coach, Fabio Capello or Southgate? I'd have to say Capello. Southgate might prove me wrong in these Euros. I think the only way he could prove me wrong is by actually winning the thing. But I don't know. Fabio Capello wasn't the greatest England manager, considering the team that he had. Time will tell on this one. Whether do we think that Southgate's mad not for choosing Grealish? Is it part of the bigger picture where he starts introducing these players? He might pick players for certain games. I would say Capello. To me, Southgate's a yes man.
I agree. I also think it's crazy though when a person of a different nationality manages a different nationality team. Like it's such a conflict of interest.
Well, we got 7 minutes till half time here. Still 1-1. The most exciting game of the tournament so far. This. Won't have a bad word said about it.
This is why I love international football. It brings everyone together. Doesn't matter what club you support. We come together when it's England. I agree with that because I thought I'd never imagine myself cheering a Sterling goal, but there I was today. Everyone just comes together because you're all supporting the same team. I've got my top.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
And that's where the football rivalry thing comes in. You know, if Raheem Sterling misses that chance today and it finishes 0-0, that's where, you know, all the crossover. Oh, yes, silly City, knobhead and all that. You know, you get all that kind of rustling and all. And But that's where I think Wales and Scotland are a bit more together. I think the fans buy into it a bit more as well.
But we've got a better chance, so...
Well, on paper, England have got better players, haven't they? But wise words from Ehab. Fair play, lad. Like, share, and subscribe. That's all you need to do.
I mean, he's doing our job for us.
Yeah, love it.
Apparently, North Macedonia beat Germany 2-1 in March. Well, that's my underdog prediction. Screwed.
Yeah. It must have been a friendly, that was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's very nice.
God.
Have you got a parrot in your house or something, Beth?
I know. I think it's my mum sneezing. Bloody hell,
Right.
she's so loud.
I could hear like...
Mum, will you stop sneezing that loud? Honestly.
It is that time of year, hay fever and all that.
I know, but she's like, I've never seen anyone sneeze as loud as that in my life.
That sounds like a parrot or a hyena or something.
Is that a parrot in your house now? It's my mum sneezing.
Oh, God. Well, that's the highlights of the first half. We've had 2 goals. North Macedonia scoring the first ever goal in the Euros. And Beth's mum sneezing like a parrot.
Apparently my glasses are skewed. It might just be my face. Send her back to the garden. I am going to. Get in the
Now,
garden,
4
Mum.
minutes.
Get on the gins and get away.
That'll be no good for a hay fever if you send her out the back garden. Oh, yellow card here.
It's getting tense.
North Macedonia are taking no prisoners.
42nd minute.
Yeah.
3 minutes to go plus added time. Can we get a goal before then?
Trajovski. Easy enough for me to say. He's in the book. Got too excited.
Oh, someone's getting treatment here.
I didn't actually see the challenge. Obviously, it was worthy of a yellow card, so he's obviously made contact. But let's have a look. That must be the North Macedonia manager. He looks like a man that means business. They're not here to make the numbers up, Beth, I'm telling you. They're here to win the goddamn thing. That's what they're after. Football's coming home. It's the panic of you'll get this for a while, especially with Eriksen yesterday, you know, where you see some of these challenges when you see a player stay down now. They're just showing the goal again.
That goal is horrendous defending. Yeah.
That is a really, really bad mistake by the keeper. That's the kind of thing Dean Henderson would do, and Jack would say it was brilliant. 38 years old, eh? So that was Pandev with the goal for Austria. We're still locked in at 1-1, 1 minute till half time. One minute till half time. I think Beth's dropped out and left me to it for the minute. I can't imagine there will be much injury time. "15 seconds of normal time." Not normal time. Normal time in half time. Till half time. We've seen a fantastic goal from Austria. North Macedonia have hit back. And this is not my fault, by the way, as well. What's cooking in the kitchen? I don't know. Not very professional, this, is it? You've just got to crack on, haven't you? Make the best of a bad situation.
I'm back.
She's back.
Oh, I think the internet went for both of us there.
Everybody was admiring my kitchen then.
Oh, did your green screen go off?
Yeah. No, because you dropped out, so it sort of cut to everybody's asking me what's cooking in the kitchen. And can I just say, Beth, you missed absolutely nothing.
I thought both of us dropped out, so I was worrying.
Yeah, I was sort of here on my own life, but it's all right. You're back.
I mean, I thought I would have missed at least 2 goals by now, but clearly not.
No. That'd have been funny, that, if you'd have clicked back in and it was 3-3.
Cooking with Kev.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind cooking with Goldbridge. That's the new one now. Cooking with Cavani.
Yeah. Come on, someone score a goal.
I really hope North Macedonia get this goal, I tell you. I really do.
I think they've got a chance, to be fair. They've been all right so far.
They have. They're in the game, aren't they? And that's the main thing. That's what they would have wanted before this. When they fell 1-0 behind, you sort of feared for them a little. Somebody's asking me to make them a cup of tea. It's not happening. Cooking with Lena.
I could do with a brew now.
Right, we are 10 seconds away from half time.
Do you have a TV in your kitchen, Kev?
Yeah.
Posh.
It's handy. It's just different, because you got the telly in the other room instead of taking up the whole living room kind of thing.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. That's why you've thrown your mum out in the back garden. She's sneezing away, the poor thing.
Half time.
Yeah.
An exciting first half. I mean, to be honest with you, it was one of them. It was a little bit boring at the start, but then there was some interesting goals. And there was a few, I think it was a half of moments.
And again, the Austria goal is an absolute quality finish. The kind of thing that Kev did back in the day, in the 90s. Mess about when I got in around goal like that. It's a quality finish, that. And again, if it's Mbappe, it's Messi or someone else, it's all over the internet because he's not that well known. But for me, it's easily, what would you say, goal of the tournament so far? I know we're only in the first couple of days of the tournament. I
would do.
Pinpoint ball, back post. He had no right to finish that. He did. And then the Macedonia goal is an absolute howler from the goalkeeper. But it's allowed them back into the game. Changes the complex of the game totally now, doesn't it?
You know what, as well? It shows that, I mean, these teams are both, they've got frailties at the back. I think we both know that. So there's opportunity for more goals as well. Yeah, the best goal, but worst defensive error as well.
Yeah. Somebody's asking who's on for the Netherlands game.
I think it's just Mark.
Is it?
Pretty sure. I mean, I feel sorry for him that he's had to miss this game.
Oh, honestly, before this, everybody thought it was being sarcastic. I said to you, Beth, we have got the big standout game. This is the one. When the fixtures come out to start the Euros, forget England, Spain, whatever. Austria, North Macedonia, everyone made a date in the diary and said Sunday at that 5 o'clock, I am watching that match. I am not doing anything apart from watching that match. In fact, I'm going to go on to Now That's Football and watch it. That's how great it is.
So, Kev, after watching that half, do you still stand by your 4-4 score prediction?
Yeah, 3-3 I think I said, didn't I? So we're nearly there. Yeah. I think I was being a bit ambitious with that. I wanted it to, but from a neutral perspective, you sort of look and think it would be great to have a really, really good game of football. That has not been disappointing, has it? Because I didn't know what to expect from this game, if I'm being totally honest. You sort of look and go, right.
I thought it could have been a 0-0. It could have been anything. But do you know what? I think my 2-1 might come through. Even though I kind of want North Macedonia to win now, we've kind of taken them under our wing, haven't we, Kev?
Yeah. And then my team, telling you.
Apparently, someone just said Depay to Barcelona confirmed.
Ooh. Do you know what? I'm happy for him if that is the case.
I think we knew he was going there anyway, but it's a step up, isn't it, from where he's playing now? And I think he's a good player. It's just a shame it didn't work out.
I did like him. He just, for whatever reason, there's sometimes players go to certain clubs and it does not work out for whatever reason. But if he does get that move to Barcelona, he's proved a lot of people wrong, hasn't he, really?
Exactly, he has. And do you know what? Barcelona are trying to get a few people on these free contracts. So maybe they're trying to build something. They've got no money, but...
They've got no money, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So that makes sense.
Have you seen Depay's songs?
No.
He does quite a lot of music. He does quite a lot of music. It's funny. They're actually all right. Yeah.
He's multi-talented. Is that what you'd say?
Multi-talented for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit better at football than rapping, but still.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to this second half now because it is game on. I think if you'd have gone in and Austria 1-0 up, the writing's on the wall kind of thing. But that goalkeeping mistake, as horrendous as it was, has allowed this. It gives them something to think about now. And if you're North Macedonia, I mean, just watching the Austria goal back, what some finish that.
United linked to Pandev after this goal.
Which is what I was saying about Karol Poborski earlier when United bought him after having a great Euro 96.
We do like to buy people at the end of the careers.
I still can't believe that guy's 38. I suppose Ronaldo must be, 36?
I think he's around 35, 36, something like that. Ronaldo's different though, isn't he?
Oh, he's a thoroughbred. He'll play until he's like in his 40s, won't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan Giggs did, didn't he?
I mean, Ibrahimovic is 39.
Yeah.
And he's still playing in a good league. So
yeah, good standard.
Would Phil Jones get into this North Macedonia team? Macedonia.
That is a total insult to North Macedonia. Take that back, Phil Jones. You couldn't lace any of their boots, the pink boots.
What did you think of Mings for England? I thought he played well today.
And you know what? In the friendlies leading up to that, I thought he had a really shaky games. So
did I.
Yeah, I think he got that. It would have been very easy for him today to go. What was it? The challenge in the last one where it could have quite easily been hard. You know, it's just a moment of madness. And the thing is, in the Euros, you go into a game like that. One mistake like that, you know, within a split second, you're down to 10 men against Croatia. You know, for a silly foul. But fair play, Southgate started him today and had a good game.
Jones has had 27 England caps.
Phil Jones?
Yeah.
More than me.
Do you know what? It kind of is a sad story, Phil Jones.
It is.
I mean, people thought he was going to be the next big thing, didn't they? And the pink boots got the better of him.
Yeah. Mark Goldbridge's famous tweet finished him off. He never stood a chance after that.
Never recovered.
No. But it is because he's been at Old Trafford for nearly 10 years. I think we spoke about this before, that he'd actually been more or less due a testimonial. And I think he's that embarrassed about it that he wouldn't have it because nobody would turn up, would you? I'm used to the last testimonials that I've been to would have been, you know, the likes of Rio Ferdinand, Wayne Rooney, really, really good servants that have broke records, won trophies. You give them that send-off. I wouldn't be turning up to Phil Jones's testimonial.
It'd be a bit awkward because it'd be like, what are you actually thanking him for, realistically? He's not played in however long.
Yeah, exactly. We are just watching a run back now of this North Macedonia goal. The historic goal. Oh, the goalkeeper doesn't even know what's going on.
Can't finish. I mean, straight into the net, but still.
Yeah. Open net. I used to love them. Is that Alaba on the floor?
Alaba's trying
a leg up. Yeah. The history makers. We're witnessing history here. That's what we're witnessing. Best game of the tournament so far. We'll not have a bad word said about it. Yeah, Pandev with the big goal.
I cannot believe he won the treble with Inter Milan. I did not know that.
It's been, we've been just learning stuff today. It's great. Fascinating facts about North Macedonia. So he won the treble with Inter Milan, did you say?
That's what people are telling me in the comments.
So that's the year that Mourinho managed Inter Milan. Jesus, sorry.
Oh, Daniel. Can you pronounce his last name, Kev? Because I'm so bad at pronouncing names.
Obeid. Daniel Obeid. Know him well.
Can I just say that we are watching two of the best human beings out there?
That's nice. As long as they don't follow it up with some smart-ass comment after it. But Daniel Obeid, what a man. Fair play to you, mate.
Lovely. And I'm liking your profile picture.
Yeah.
I was thinking then, he looks a bit familiar, and I just realised it's Neymar.
I was going to say, he looks a double of Neymar, him. It is Neymar. Maybe it is Neymar. I think Brazil are playing in the thingy this evening, actually.
He's just watching this before he gets going.
Exactly, yeah. He just thought, I'll tune in, Kev and Beth, watch what is potentially going to be the best game of the tournament. Drop into the chat, drop out. Go and get his boots and play for Brazil later on.
Did Southgate give a reason as to why Sancho wasn't even on the bench today? I don't think so.
I don't think there is.
He's probably, at the end of the day, he's going to have to leave 3 players out. I was surprised it was Sancho, but I think he's going to use the excuse he's not focused because he doesn't know where his future lies.
That's where the speculation will be at that now. I'm sure there'll be a lot of United fans putting 2 and 2 together, but are they going to get 5? It's like, have they left Sancho out of that squad today because he's going to sign for Manchester United? For me, that looks bad on England if that is the case, because this should have been done before the Euros. Nothing should hamper England, whether his head's there or not. You know, he's been selected, he's part of the squad, and he's good enough to be in that team. He's a fantastic talent.
If anything, you'd be wanting to go out there and prove that you're worth that money. Yeah.
Which is why I'm annoyed slightly by United that they've not done it before the tournament. You know, if he can get that signed, seal delivered, he goes into this tournament and he's almost on a high. It'd probably be a good for England as well. If he gets his move, he knows he's going to be at United. He takes that confidence into England. It can only be good for them. But the more it drags on and that, it is going to affect you psychologically.
I think he could offer. He offers something different to that team. He's got very good technical ability on the ball, and he can move the ball between spaces really good, which is something that you need. And I see the likes of Saka on the bench, and Saka's a good player, but Sancho's such a good player. I think he deserved a spot on that bench. But it's one of them. 3 people are going to have to sit out every time, and it's going to be interesting to see who it was. I was shocked he put 2 keepers on the bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Gary is in the chat. Says, where is Big Mark? Big Mark will be back at 8 o'clock, Netherlands v the Ukraine. And it will not be a patch on this game.
No, it won't be.
No.
Honestly, you might as well just tune in now because North Macedonia might win their first game ever in Europe.
Yeah.
And they're on the rise. 10 years' time, Kev. Next time, when they're in the semi-finals, in the finals, we'll be here and we say, we watched them.
Yeah. In 10 years' time, I'll have holidayed in North Macedonia every year and I'll say, I go back there every year. I love it that much. Remember that year they won the Euros? Brilliant. That 80-year-old scored that goal against Austria in the opening game. But it has been an interesting game of football. I did think before it, I'm thinking, the longer it stays 0-0. I think it was just good that Austria got that first goal.
For sure.
And it was some goal. Kicked the game off. And you know, before that, we were actually talking, weren't we? And we said about the little spat handbags, you know, 2 of them sort of going at each other, all words and all that. But straight after that, the game sort of kicked into life. Sometimes you need them little moments that just spur you on. And North Macedonia are well in it.
Exactly. They had to press up a bit more because of that. And do you know what? Pandev got his goal. And did it look like a 50-year-old getting a goal? Yes, it did. And no offence to Pandev because he's only 38. But I'm not going to lie. He must have had a hard career of football.
No, fair play to him.
What do you think about Buendia to Villa? Good signing. Very good signing.
Is that from Norwich?
Yeah, he's a good player. I think it's a great signing for Villa, to be fair. I think Villa really trying to kind of cement their place as a mid-table side rather than obviously bottom of the table side.
Yeah. And again, total contrast to other clubs, including the team that we support, Manchester United, where teams get the business done early and do not mess about. You want him,
so you get it done. Yeah. So you don't, and you can move on to other targets if that's what you want. But I was hoping that Sancho would get done before today, but obviously that's not happened. And now it's not happened. I just feel like it's not going to happen until the end of the tournament now. They've kind of missed their opportunity, I think.
And Dortmund will know their stance. They'll hold back. But the fact of the matter is, last summer, Manchester United made an official bid, didn't they, of what, 100 and something million? So they were prepared to pay that then, and now they're being told it's going to be roughly, what, about 80 with add-ons and that. And it's just typical of Manchester United, really. Ed Woodward, you know what he's like. He's trying to throw in a Chevrolet car and,
Ooh.
give you a millionaire.
He's such a good captain, isn't he? You can see him on screen telling everyone what to do.
They're well up for this. Players are back out. We are ready to get kicked off for the next 45 minutes of fascinating end-to-end stuff.
The most thrilling 45 minutes of the tournament so far. I'm calling it here.
Yeah, do not change the channel. Why would you want to be anywhere else? This is going to be epic. Is your mum all right there, Beth? It sounds like somebody fell over in the background.
Do you know what? She's probably so bad with hay fever and I forced her to stop sneezing. She might have passed out. No, I think she's unstacking the dishwasher or something. Honestly.
You don't tell her you're doing a live stream, man.
I told her. The funny thing is she'll be trying to be quiet and she just won't be.
Is she one of them that can't sit still and has to be like doing something all the time, looking lively?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, she is. I've just seen her. There's a massive bifolding doors at the back, behind obviously my TV and stuff. And I just seen her walking past and staring at me. I'm like, why are you looking at me?
She's at the window going, do you want a brew? Do you want a brew?
No, honestly, I'd be like, yeah, she's walking past again. You must have heard me talking about her. Someone says she's too excited and trying to watch the game. Yep.
The excitement's gripping us all with this game. It's really, I wasn't expecting this, even though I predicted 3-0. Here we go, free kick. Oh. North Macedonia giving it a real good go here. They've actually started the second half. Started the second half as they did the first half, which is positive from a neutral perspective. Well, a neutral perspective where I've now adopted North Macedonia as my new team.
I feel like we're all team North Macedonia here.
Yeah. I said before
Even though I do like Alaba, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah. Everybody loves the underdogs. And North Macedonia are certainly the underdog in this game.
Someone says, who do you guys have in the sweepstakes?
I've got an easy one. Yeah. My family one, right? Every time, every year, whenever it comes around, always get, and I mean the three-legged horse. Kev pulls it out, Austria or somebody like, everybody laughs at me. This year, I'm laughing at them, man. France. Pull France out the hat.
You've got France.
Pull France out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is there any money in it or anything?
Oh, yeah. We're 20 quid each in the pot. So what's that? How many teams are in it? 24 or something?
You are. Oh, my God, Kev.
Yeah, I'm in with a chance. Well, do you know, knowing my luck, this will be the year that France, England win it or something.
Are you splitting the cost? Let's make a deal. We'll split it either way. Because I'll tell you a little secret of who I've got. And I've got Germany with my underdog.
So that's why you said Germany.
I had to go with them.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't think they will, but do you know what?
So you were letting your head over really hard earlier. You were like, I'm in with Germany. I'm stand to win some money. I'm going with Germany as the underdog.
The thing is, though, if Germany were even to get through, it'd mean Portugal or France would have to go out, and I just don't. Yeah. I don't know.
And the funny thing with this tournament is, I'm looking at the comments there. Liam Lavelle says he got France. Somebody else, Spain, Italy. You wouldn't be that disappointed pulling any of them teams out. Because at the risk of repeating myself, there are so many teams I actually think can win this tournament this year. I do think France are the standout ones, but there's Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, England, Portugal. It's just going to be, it should be exciting.
What do you prefer, Kev? Euros or World Cup?
Oh, World Cup.
Yeah, I agree.
World Cup's different altogether, isn't it? And the Euros are good, don't get me wrong, but you always seem to remember World Cups, don't you? You know, when you look back over years, you always say, oh, that was World Cup 98, or, well, not in your case, because you probably weren't born, but 1990, I can remember.
Like, you remember, I was going to say, you remember France winning the World Cup more than you remember Portugal winning the Euros, don't you? But still a great thing to achieve.
The World Cup's just, because it's so prestigious, it is, you are the world champions. And growing up as a kid and that, the actual trophy itself, I think it's just an absolute masterpiece. I'd love to lift that. I should have, if I'd have. Yeah.
Are you being nostalgic, Kev, looking back?
I am, yeah. I'm looking back in there. I should have made it, me. I don't know.
What position, Kev?
Up front, striker, scoring goals, left, right, and centre.
So you are Cavani?
Yeah, Cavani. Yeah. We are at the 50-minute way, still 1-1. Oh,
they're in.
Oh, that's a foul.
Again?
North Macedonia are not lying down anyway. They want this. I think they can sense that there's a weakness. Austria just seem to be happy just to be knocking it about, don't they?
I know. It's like they've got good delivery, but apart from that goal, they've not really had any clear-cut chances.
No. It's all, it actually reminds me of the football under Louis van Gaal, you know, all that left and right, and you're not actually getting anywhere. But, you know, we had 80% possession, and you're like, yeah, but you got beat 2-0. What's the point?
My least favourite style of football.
No, I'm liking this. North Macedonia, something's been said at half time here where they've, that could be. Oh, not a red. No. Challenging, not North Macedonia play. I actually think his momentum.
God, again.
Yeah, I think his momentum has took him through there. I don't actually think he meant to commit that foul. I might be proved wrong, but the players are making a big issue of this. I don't like that when they try getting players sent off. But the referee's got a decision to make here. It looks like the yellow card in his hand.
Yeah, it is a yellow. I was just worried he was already on a yellow, but
Alioski, yeah, yellow card.
Not bad.
I can get the replay here. I'm sure his momentum. Let's have a look now. I think he's actually fouled initially, or he's falling down. Ooh, tell you what.
I don't think he did it on purpose, though.
Do you know what? I wouldn't personally give a red card, but
I think he raised his legs.
A minute, and the minute you. What did he say? It's sort of dangerous, out of control, reckless. That could be classed as that. It's not been, gladly for the game, because I think it would spoil it as a bit of a spectacle. But Alioski will have to be on his best behaviour from now because he's just picked up a yellow card. Oh, lovely play. He's trying to weaving up things up now that we have a free kick for Austria.
Arnautovic will change the game. Wait for it.
Vandy Candy said that was nasty. He was lucky. So it's nice to get the views of other people because they're obviously watching the game as well as to whether that was a red card or a yellow card. I do actually think he's a little bit lucky there. But going off the fact of what referees deem as being reckless and out of control these days.
I didn't know Arnautovic was on the bench. I think surely he should be starting.
He must be about 50 years old. Is that who used to be at West Ham, you mean, and then moved to...
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Moved to China for the football.
Favourite kit in this year's Euros? Obviously the England one.
You tell them, Beth.
Nothing's better than a bit of white.
Yeah.
White and blue and red. Nothing better.
I still don't think they make the kits like they used to.
Nah, the retro ones are always better.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer the retro kits, don't they?
I like that the blue retro kit. It's really nice, that one.
Yeah.
Apparently he plays in China now, Arnautovic.
Yeah, that's it. For footballing reasons.
Took the P.
Wanted to go and test himself in China. That's where it's all at.
There with Fellaini.
Don't get me started on Fellaini.
Keeper.
Keeper's on a mad one, man. Oh. They're defending well. I give them that. North Macedonia and not. They're giving as good as they get here. A bit of a misplaced pass there, straight out of play, but they are giving it a go. Cross into the box. Ooh. Keeper comes flying out. A double hand smash. If that's even a thing.
There's a bit more tempo now, isn't there?
Yeah. It has just livened up. Again, like before the first goal of the game was scored, we had that flashpoint. We've had that challenge, haven't we, there, which, you know, you've got 22 people involved in a debate.
The keeper's down.
So, that looks like a bit of a hip injury or a rib.
Oh my God, I got so scared of Harry Kane today when he went into that post. I thought he'd broken something. I was like, no.
That did look bad, that one. That's one of them when you watch it and you go, ooh.
That's true. We shouldn't forget that Christian Eriksen being okay is the best thing that will happen throughout this tournament. True facts.
That's definitely true. It was just shocking scenes that yesterday. It was really... I don't think it's sunk in. Obviously, I bought the newspaper early and I'm reading it and I thought... And the BBC, I mean, how they're getting away with trying to apologise. We didn't have control over the footage, so we kept the camera on it. I'm sorry, but... What
happened, though, because I didn't watch it live. Obviously, I was in work. I saw it on my phone, so I've not seen anything. So what actually did happen?
Well, they put the cameras on him. But what they should have done was cut. So you've got the Denmark players surrounded Eriksen, basically made like a human curtain around him because they didn't want the fans or anybody else to see what was happening. They were obviously resuscitating him on the pitch. It's very distressing for the teammates, the fans, and for the BBC then to come out and say, oh, we weren't in control of our pictures. Well, I'm sorry you are, and you have a producer that's there that says, cut, go back to the studio. I understand it was difficult for the likes of Gary Lineker and whatever in the studio to be commenting on that, but you know, it's just one of them horrible situations and they could have got out of it, but instead they kept a camera on him. You don't need to, if a streaker ran on the pitch, they don't keep the camera on him. They cut away or do whatever. It's just really bad taste. It sums up the BBC, that for me.
Honestly, that's something that's unforgivable, to keep the camera on someone when they're going through that, something so personal like that. And the thing is as well, why would anyone at home want to watch someone going through that? It's just not that. It's just bad taste, like you said.
It's like people reposting it or even posting that footage of Eriksen. I'm like, are you mad? But I seen one because it popped up on my timeline. I hadn't actually seen the incident, so I thought, right, click on it. And the person that's watching filming the telly, as Eriksen drops the floor, goes, nobody even touched him. And uploaded that, to Twitter. And I'm like, are you being serious? The guy's just had a heart attack on the pitch.
Some people just have no respect, no morals, and they don't understand that.
Unbelievable. But like you say, that is the comment of the day, is the fact that Eriksen, is responsive. Apparently he's sent messages to teammates and stuff. I mean, it was heartbreaking. And another thing, Beth, the BBC say they weren't in control of pictures or whatever. Who do you think they cut to after Eriksen fell to the floor? So he's having a heart attack. The camera, or whoever was in charge of that camera, cuts to his wife. His wife, who's crying and in absolute state. I didn't even know how it went down, but that is absolutely horrendous. Why would you do that?
And they're not in control of the camera. If you can find his wife that quick, then you can turn it off quick enough.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
Exactly. They should have made an executive decision at that time to pull the coverage and cut to the studio. You've got guests in there. Yes, it's difficult to talk about, but that's what they get paid for. You cut to them, and and it's a horrible situation to be in, but that was just the final straw, man. I'm like,
it just shows sometimes with companies like that, they really don't have morals with things sometimes. Like to broadcast a player being basically resuscitated back to life on the pitch, I just think it's so disrespectful. But it's well, thank God, and he's getting better, so he's making a recovery, which is obviously...
The comment of the day is the fact that, regardless of what goes on in these Euros, the main thing is that Christian Eriksen is well.
Exactly.
It's just scary. But listen, we are still at the big game. We're into the last half an hour. We're nearly hitting the 60th minute.
And Arnautovic has just come on as well.
Oh, the big man is going up front.
He was actually good, sometimes in his career. I think we got linked.
You know what it was? He was greedy.
Yeah, massively.
He could have stayed in the Premier League easily, but the lure of China, the lure of Fellaini in China as well, was just too much. Oh, nice flick from Arnautovic. Yeah, he could have played on Arnautovic. He just got a stupid contract, didn't he?
Massively stupid.
I say stupid.
The thing is, though, they just go for the money and...
Yeah. It's like Rafa Benitez going from, Newcastle to some club in China, and he said he wanted a challenge. Do me a favour, mate. You're going for the money.
He wants to challenge how much money he can spend in 1 month. That's a challenge he wants.
Somebody said Wizzer, obviously not the real name, that could be, I suppose. Where's it gone? It's gone. Somebody's. Oh, yeah. That many messages coming through. I think he actually called that they need an Arnautovic on, and he is on the pitch. So
someone in the comments said that they're Austrian and Arnautovic is our best attacker. He just can't play 90 minutes.
Somebody just said, Devil Ho said, Phil Jones staying for money too. That's United's fault, that. It's not Phil. I tell you, if United wanted to offer me a contract, I would quite happily clean boots, clean the toilet.
Someone wanted to pay me 80k to sit at home with my wife and kids while I was injured for years. I would take it. Anyone would. He's setting himself up for when obviously contract ends, and I think that's what he's doing now.
Oh, great save. Oh.
Imagine if that went in.
They are knocking at the door. North Macedonia, big chance. Big chance indeed.
He should not be written off this tournament.
Yeah. This is a great through ball, and he's well onside. Cuts, tries. Oh, if he'd have just cut it back then, he has got a tap in, but easier said than done in a situation like that. Keeper's done well, actually. He's come out and spread himself. He's made up for his mistake. Yeah. And there he is, the scorer of the first goal. The iconic, legendary goal. North Macedonia's first ever goal in a European Championships.
I want to see you with the top on next week, Kev.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say me top off then. To say, all right.
Do you know what, Kev? I think we should do a watch-along for every single North Macedonia game in this tournament. I'm
penciling my name in for every game of these now, I'm telling you. And I'm getting a North Macedonia shirt tonight once we finish this. Get the old Tinternet and get it sorted. It's not a bad shirt, actually, looking at it as well. I've told you, anything is possible.
If you guys want it enough, I'm sure he'll be doing it.
It's 2021 as well, Mr. Devil. Oh, what a save. Was that an Arnautovic? Oh, he's given a foul. And Nautovic has just nearly made it 2-1 to Austria, but a fantastic save from the keeper. This is what he used to do at West Ham. Oh, brilliant save that. Are you seeing that?
Why is it, my telly's just froze? Is yours?
No.
Oh wait, no, it was just
Back in play. Yeah, I think Arnautovic got a slight flick on that. We've seen him do that in the Premier League before. Great save from the keeper. Keeps us locked at 1-1.
Kev,
Anybody's game.
We've got another thriller coming up.
Oh, I'm on it. Pencil me in. I'm going to have to go on YouTube tonight and start learning all the North Macedonia songs if they've got any. Nearly 25 minutes to go.
I think Austria are going to score, but I want North Macedonia to win.
So you've adopted them as your team now as well.
I have. Holland versus North Macedonia. It's the last game. That could be an interesting one, that.
We're all over that, man. I'm having that. Imagine that. Imagine North Macedonia need just a point to qualify. Oh. I tell you what, Austria are now resorting to the kind of tactics that you'd see at Stoke. We're talking throw it in the mixer, bump it into the big man. And Arnautovic has come on, and they are playing Route 1 football at the minute. Everything is getting pinged into him. But I suppose when you got a player like that, and it did nearly work before with a flick on header, you try and utilise it.
God, that keeper looks like Ben Chilwell.
It actually, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's an Allardyce special. Pump it up.
Oh, Austria in there. Corner. Corner, Austria. The pressure is on. Or as the song goes, the heat is on. Yeah, good build-up play this. I hope they can stay in this game, even if they can get a point from it. Yeah, Nautovic is he's throwing his weight about up front. I don't think they're going to be able to deal with this, to be honest, but hopefully they can. Corner to be whipped in. Is that Alaba? Flicked on header, over the bar. Bob's your uncle. Goal kick. Yeah.
That looks like Alex.
I was going to say, it does look like Alex.
That really looks like Alex.
Yeah, it does. Maybe it is.
No wonder he's not on the channel today.
Yeah. Playing for Austria. Playing in the best game of the tournament.
Do you know what, Kev? I wanted to ask you something. Have you heard about the Martial to Real Madrid rumours?
I did. I read that earlier, actually.
A little bit mad.
I think he's one of them with old Tony Marshall, as Ricky would say. I don't know. Would it be the end of the world if he went?
He wouldn't, but I do think he adds good depth to our attacking.
He's a different level to certain other players.
Like when you look on the bench and you've got Martial, it's different to looking on the bench and you've got, I don't know, Dan James. He's a bit more technical in that respect.
Definitely.
But Dan James did well for Wales the other day, to be fair to him.
I think he just needs time, Dan James, doesn't he?
He does, but...
time's ticking, isn't it? When you're at Manchester United, it's not... You need to take your opportunity. He started well, but we'll see. He might have a good Euros with Wales. And this is getting scrappy defending. North Macedonia are just giving the ball straight back to Austria.
Losing their heads.
Yeah. Come on, the boys. Don't do this to me. Be devastated if Austria score. Oh, chance for a shot on the edge of the area. It's wide. They're doing a good job. They're defending for their lives anyway. They probably realise exactly what this means to them now. They probably can't believe they're actually at the Euros.
I think they've realised that they are capable of doing a job. Do you know what I mean? I think they've realised that it's not been maybe as tough as they thought it would be against Austria.
No, they're mixing it up. I like it. A bit like Fellaini when he played for United. I always got the impression Marouane Fellaini couldn't actually believe he signed for United. He like won some competition or something just to play at United for a couple of years. But they're not here to make up the numbers, North Macedonia. Here we go. Oh, what's better? First touch let him down. First touch like Lukaku. I'll tell you something, that first touch, if he takes it into his stride, he's got a shooting opportunity one-on-one with the keeper. I like the way this game's shaping up. 20 minutes to go.
Stupid question. Is there a South Macedonia? I don't think so.
I give the North Macedonia facts earlier, didn't I? They're still here.
Kev, do your Sean Dyche impression.
How does he even know I can do a Sean? I don't think I've ever done a Sean Dyche impression. It's quite gravelly, isn't it? It's well, I mean, it's a great game, Austria, Macedonia, North Macedonia. They're not making up the numbers here. Really hurt me throat. I don't even know how he speaks like that. Actually, that's really hurt me throat.
I felt like I was in a Sean Dyche
a press conference
as he's just been named Austria manager.
I'm delighted to be here. It's a great club. That does knacker your voice, now. Right, 20 minutes to go. Let's more fascinating facts about my new nation. During the First World War, it was ruled by Bulgaria. There you go. Pull out your pipe and smoke it. So Bulgaria ruled North Macedonia. We're just going to do impressions now, are we?
I'm not getting involved because when I tell you, I think I'm probably the worst person at impressions going. The only accent I have is a Manc one, and that's just it.
I don't think I've ever done Gary Barlow, but that was absolutely fantastic. Something like that, innit?
Yeah. I remember that's what he was like on X Factor when he was on.
Yeah, everybody was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. For me, it's a yes. "19 minutes on the clock. Easily the best game of the Euros so far. We've seen a wonder goal and an absolute cock up from a goalkeeper. Do Ollie, Kev.
Ollie's got like Manc mixed.
It's a Manc Norwegian accent, isn't it? No, I'll make a right mess of that one.
I was debating it because I do it sometimes when I'm annoyed, but I just can't embarrass myself like that live on that football.
But he has got that, like you say, that twisted kind of Mancunian. Peter Schmeichel had it as well at a stage, didn't he? I think they're just there that long that they just add in certain words. What is it like? Well, it was a tough game today. Oh, that was crap. Forget that one. Just remember how good the Sean Dyche one was. And Gary Barlow. Sun's blaring in here. Austria trying to build from the back. Yeah, I think Arnautovic has slightly changed the way that Austria are playing here. There's Alex again. Your haircut, lad. I think every single ball now is going into Arnautovic. Oh, chance. Austria attacking down the line. Heroic defending from North Macedonia, and they're on the break. Carrying the ball up the pitch, left-hand side. Here we go. Get the big man in the box. Where's the 80-year-old? Here he is! Oh!
Come on.
Oh, he swung at thin air then. If a connection to that, we're in business. But I don't even know how Lee Mack speaks. Where is Lee Mack even from? I don't know. Apparently, I am Lee Mack.
You are Lee Mack, Kev.
Yeah. I don't even know his accent, to be honest.
Both teams are so bad that they should have negative points. Don't speak on North Macedonia like that.
Down with that thing. I won't have
And
a bad
Austria's
word said
the best
about
goal
him.
of the tournament, actually, so far. So,
Yeah.
Beth and Kev, thoughts on the game so far? Better than expected, definitely.
Yeah. That
Actually,
sums
no,
it up perfectly.
we did expect it was going to be an end-to-end game, but do you know what? I think someone could nick it.
Yeah. There's time.
Kev, do an impression of Goldbridge.
Who's asked for that?
Someone in the comments.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. I am Mark Goldbridge, and I am bringing you all the football transfer. Jadon Sancho, will he sign? Will he no? I don't know. I don't know. It's a done deal. There you go. Got to do the hands when you do Goldbridge, haven't you?
You missed out the pink boots.
Oh, yeah. Pink boots. 15 minutes on the clock. Somebody give me 5 out of 10 for that impression. Or somebody give me 11 out of 10, actually. I'll go with that one. 11 out of 10 for the impression. I'll have that one. North Macedonia fans are absolutely enjoying their day out here anyway.
Kev, do you still have the van?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Well, it's been upgraded slightly. It's not a van.
Is that your mother screaming still? No, that actually, I think, was my little brother. It's a full house today, guys. It's a full house.
Nice to see so many people in the comment section, actually. It's nice to be able to bounce off a few comments now and again.
Kev, do you wear glasses? Do you wear glasses, Kev?
No.
I was going to say, you should have got them on.
Want to look really informative.
Glasses crew.
Yeah. That could be the new thing, that. Austria. There we go.
No, my brother does not suffer from domestic violence, everyone. Please, that does not happen. He's probably crying for very stupid reasons. He's only 7, but he's not getting abused. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, no, Austria. You were right, Beth.
I was right with my 2-1.
Yeah.
But it hurts.
About to being a goal as well. I don't know. I'm gutted. And do you know what? It looks like the keeper's a bit slow off his line here, but we'll have to see the replay. Austria 2-1 up. I don't think this is even in doubt.
Ball again. Who put that ball in?
Oh, come on, be offside or something. No, he's well onside.
Alaba.
Great ball. Alaba with the cross. Fantastic cross, that. Alaba crosses it in. Oh, he's got...
It's a good goal, that. The keeper did a bit crap.
He's a bit slow off his line, isn't he? Oh, he's in no man's land, as they say. Flapping at thin air. What's he doing?
Oh, do you know what? A draw would have been good for North Macedonia.
Yeah, still on for me 3-3 anyway.
I think they can come back. I think they can score again.
Well, the thing is, again, now, as we were in the first half when Austria first took the lead, it is now up to North Macedonia. Nice message on the shirt there from the goal scorer about Eriksen.
Class.
I think a lot of players are doing that, aren't they? And again, the comment of the day was the fact that out of this Euros, as long as Eriksen pulls through, is fit and healthy, that is the main thing. There is more to life than football.
Exactly.
Right, what are we down to now? 12 minutes now. North Macedonia have really got to go for this now, haven't they?
They really have.
Yeah. They've got no option now. But
The thing is, though, I think they're running out of steam a little bit.
yeah. I thought that because he actually started the game so quick, the tempo. You know yourself, it's like you cannot keep that up for 90 minutes. We're into the last 10 now. They made a double substitution before, and they still look a bit leggy, as they would say.
Pandev equaliser again. Defo.
The 80-year-old is back at it.
Anything good to watch on Netflix? If anyone's got anything good to watch on Netflix, generally do put it in the comments because I'm looking for something. Actually, I've been watching Lucifer. That's pretty good.
Is that good? Yeah. Have you watched Time? Is that on BBC?
No, but my mum was watching it and she's told me to watch it.
Only
It's dead good.
4 parts, but you'll be hooked. If you had time, you'll watch the first, second, third. Oh, brilliant. A bit like Line of Duty. Good cast in it as well, Stephen Graham and all that.
I'm going to get onto that tonight.
Yeah. You'll thank me later, Beth. Don't worry.
I will. I've heard it's very, very good. And I like it. Is it ITV? I like ITV dramas. It might be BBC.
I think it's BBC. We watched it. I think we watched the last one on, was it Thursday night? So
watch The Witcher. My dad's watched that. He said it's very good.
That is a tongue twister. Watch The Witcher.
That's a bit old, that. I think it's been on Netflix for a bit. IJ Gupta says, was at the ground today. Calvin Phillips was unreal. If he plays like that every week, get him at United. Honestly, I would have Calvin Phillips at United every day of the week. But the simple facts are, he won't come. He just won't come. He wants to stay at Leeds, I'm pretty sure. And he loves Leeds. He's born in Leeds. He's just not going to come to Manchester United. But he's such a good player.
Well, saying that, I never thought Alan Smith would come to Man United, and he did.
I know. Offer him a big amount of money and maybe he'll change his mind.
Yeah. And it is a step up, United, Leeds.
Yeah, you can possibly win a trophy, depending on if we go in.
Might make it through to a semi-final or a final.
Do you know what, though? Calvin Phillips and Rice is a really good pivot, in it.
Yeah. Trikovski is on. And Bardi is going off for North Macedonia. This is the final roll of the dice. The big guns are on the pitch. I tell you something from Alaba, you can just see that he is different class. You know, compared to the other players on the pitch.
Like, he's played in massive games in his career, and you can tell that. He's got a very good left foot as well.
Yeah, as we've seen for the second goal. Sensational ball. That's one of them where you whip it in and the goalkeeper is caught in no man's land. You committed to run out and the delivery was that good. You've just got no chance of it. I think that's the Austrian manager barking orders at his players now, which will probably be, don't do anything stupid. All the emphasis now really is on North Macedonia to try and get this equalising goal.
Keeper.
They're going long every time now, and Arnautovic has
good
the game plans totally changed.
They just keep Austria straight on them, aren't they, when they've got possession?
There we go, play it out wide. No, Macedonia on the sliding tackle, that's a foul. No, got the ball. Fair enough.
I think Austria will win it, and I think my prediction will be right. Oh, maybe another goal.
Now, great delivery. No, it's not great.
Touch too wide.
Crossing.
No one's there. Oh, he's.
It's just that stage of the game now where they're overstretched.
Yeah. I think Austria have got that momentum now.
If you're a betting person, I was going to say a betting man, but I keep it PC. If you're a betting person and you were looking at the next goal, you'd probably be throwing it on Austria. As much as I'd love to throw it on North Macedonia, but You can just see the way the game's gone now. It's stretched. Thomas Regula. Watch Roberto Baggio film. What a player he was. My first football idol. Great show, both of you. Thanks. I've actually saved that into my favourites on my box, mate. I was obsessed with Roberto Baggio. Fantastic player. So I will be watching that at some stage. Thomas, is that how you say it? Thanks to everyone that's still here and commenting on this riveting game. 3 goals we've seen. That's what I meant, Beth, earlier when I said it was going to be 3-3. I meant that there was going to be 3 goals. I just got mixed up.
Oh yeah. Are you changing your predictions now, Kev?
Yeah,
We'll make it very clear on the next game when I get my prediction right again. I've got 2 predictions right in a row now. I'm pretty buzzing with myself.
Oh, Stato. Mystic Beth. Yeah.
Sancho will beat United.
There we go. You heard it here first.
You don't win anything for it though, Beth. Well, I should do. I think I should actually. So can we sort that out, please?
We're into the last 5 minutes here now. I feel quite sorry for North Macedonia, but they just need one chance now to create something, and you are not getting around Alba there.
Kev, is it coming home?
You answer it first, then I'll answer it.
It's coming home. I get way too excited about things. We've won 1 game and I'll be like, yes, we're going to win.
And that's
it's like
the
when
thing.
United in January, I was like 21-21.
Yeah,
Realistically, we probably won't. But it's nice to be positive. It's nice to have a bit of belief.
Yeah, you've got to be positive. But do I think they'll win it? No. France will win it, hopefully. I told you.
For your money.
Hundreds of pounds to be
You're
won.
just like Fellaini, Benitez and Arnautovic. All in it for the money, Kev.
Yeah. Footballing reasons. Yeah, I want to go and play in China. What a league that is. All the best players are there. Yeah, of course they are. Come on, North Macedonia.
We're in the last 4 minutes of the game.
A free kick.
North Macedonia have a free kick.
Yeah.
It could be the time that they equalise.
The delivery has to be spot on here. Throw the big man up. It's in. It's looking good. Oh.
It's a good delivery, that.
Throw yourself
no
at it.
one could get on it.
Great delivery from Alioski. Yeah, it was. You've just got to commit yourself there. Throw yourself.
Throw yourself at that. Cavani's getting on that.
Oh. Pass him the ball and watch him score all the goals. He passed the ball and he didn't score the goal.
Oh, he should have got his head on that.
Just anything on that. Even knock it back across goal. 3 minutes. Come on, North Macedonia. I'm going to have to learn the national anthem as well. I missed that before it because I had to turn down the volume on the telly. I always like hearing countries' national anthems. Some countries have brilliant ones.
When they start singing it,
yeah,
quite like watching him sing it, to be honest. You can see who has a good voice or not.
Yeah.
Half of him just sounds so tone deaf. It's funny.
Austria trying to time waste there. Alioski's having none of it. The goalkeeper's acting the goal. Come on, get on with it. Show them some respect. Crowd are booing. They're not having it. Goalkeeper's clearly wasting time here.
Urgently needing them back. Is he on about his glasses? I think I wear them better, personally. Can't read the chat without them. Neither can I. Honestly, without these glasses on, I'm so blind.
There's a comment there. Somebody said, it's funny, my son actually asked me this yesterday. I don't know whether it was a thing on TikTok or anything, but I'm not on that. But Prime Bale or Prime Hazard? He asked me that question.
Prime Oh, I don't know, because Prime Bale was so good. Remember his overhead kick?
Yeah.
Just fell down the stairs. I'm crying, Beth. How many beers has Mark had at this point?
3-1, Beth.
Oh, I missed it.
Game over. Arnautovic. I said the big man, come on. Who's he disrespecting there? Arnautovic seems to be either shouting at one of the North Macedonia players.
He's always.
He is, and I'll have him.
He's well angry.
He's gone down in my estimation.
Albert's telling him to calm down. They're well passionate, these teams, aren't they? And
that's a sucker punch, that. What is he moaning about? Maybe there was a challenge on him in the lead up to it. He seemed to be winding up the North Macedonia player as if he's pointed towards him, as if to say, have a bit of that, mate. It's 3-1. But let's have a look now on this. That's a sucker. That's game over now anyway. What's he moaning about?
Maybe someone's been saying stuff in his ear or something.
Yeah. Like, you went to China for the money, you shit house.
Yeah, defo.
Oh, that's sad, that. It was good while it lasted. Well, hey, 4 goals.
They give us hope, Kev.
Raining goals in the Euros here. What other games had 4 goals in? Somebody tell me.
North Macedonia give us hope and they've let us down. I'm pretty sad, to be fair. I got my hopes up for him.
Leach 96, super chatting, 9.99. Thank you very much. Said, do Manchester United really need Sancho? Is this the apology signing for the ESL stuff? United need a defender, midfielder, and possibly a goalkeeper.
Agreed in that sense, but at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting
they're in again, Beth. They've gone to pot here. Sorry to interrupt you.
I was just saying that. Imagine having Sancho, Greenwood, and Rashford as your front three in the future. It's pretty decent, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't argue with that, would you?
Still on for 3-3, Kev?
Yeah, of course I am, man. What we got here? 2 minutes left, 2 goals. Only takes a second.
Oh, my prediction didn't happen. Oh, I'm pissed off now. I mean, I wanted North Macedonia to win, but not only are they not winning, also my score prediction's wrong. Joe, it has been a goal fest though. 4 goals.
Like I said, you tell me another game in the Euros so far that's had 4 goals. I'm waiting. Look at their faces on their fans. North Macedonia players. Oh, the
changed very quickly.
Still singing. Go on, the boys. They're just happy to be there, aren't they? He's not.
It's sad that Donny van der Beeks had to bow out of the Dutch squad because of injury.
Yeah. I was looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, so was I.
Moving into the final minute. They've given it a good go. You cannot fault them, really.
Do you know what? At least they've scored. At least they've got the first European goal in a major competition. That's something positive.
We've witnessed history. That's what we've done today.
We have, Kev. You're right.
Breaking down boundaries. Yeah. They're going long ball here. Keeper's got it. He's going to now waste time for another minute. There we go.
Is that Chilwell?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the other one, actually. That's the...
Daniel Abid.
There we go. Bit of keep ball back. Yeah, this is how Manchester United played under Louis van Gaal, but the difference was we were getting beat when he was trying to play this football. He still insists on us passing back and sideways, and Austria making a substitution.
Bit of time wasting going on.
Yeah.
Well, Kev, honestly, it's been a bloody pleasure.
It's been emotional.
Great first watch along. It's really been
On
an
the highs of
experience.
that goal, yeah, oh gosh. The highs of that North Macedonia, the historic goal.
I feel like I need to go for a nap now. I've just had such an emotional roller coaster.
I'm going to have a beer to celebrate.
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to get myself a gin. Going to go and tell my mum off for making some noise, and then I'm going to get myself a gin.
Draw, you get this off the screen right now. All of you'll never see me back here again. There we go.
They've done it. First game complete.
3-1. It's going to be an uphill struggle for North Macedonia now, but...
People are saying it's because Arnautovic wasn't happy with the coach not starting him.
Oh, was it? And he is a bit of a shit outside that anyway. He was like that West Ham, always causing problems and that. So if it is, I wouldn't even start him the next game. I'd say, oh, do you know what? Send him home. If that is true. It looked
Honestly,
like
that's what his attitude's going to be like then. It's like,
exactly. Why would you want somebody like that in your squad? But do you know what? He's come on. I thought he actually changed the game as well.
He did.
And
he did.
He's got the important goal to make it 3-1 to give them the breathing space. So
he did. Oliver was a good captain. Apparently, he said Austria first ever Euro win. We've witnessed all types of new things today, Kev.
Breaking down boundaries, man. I'm speechless. I'm actually going to go and open a beer now and just celebrate. I need to sit back and just take in what I've actually seen because I can't believe it.
I know. Me too, Kev. Well, it was a great time. I'll see you on the next Macedonia game. Hopefully it'll be a different outcome. And thank you to all the comments for getting involved. Got a few Netflix show recommendations. I've learned a few things today. We've learned some facts. It's been a good experience. We'll see you on the next one, guys.